I came to Ranthambore this May to film tigers. I never imagined I'd witness a tragedy unfold, one that would force me to question everything I thought I knew about conservation.
Ranthambore on Sunday, the shocking incident when a 40-year-old ranger, Devendra Chaudhary, was killed by a tigress near the famous Jogi Mahal.
In the past, it has been seen that old tigresses have been baited, and that's how they've lived to about 17, 18 years. So this practice is going on. In this situation, however, because there were cubs along with her, and cubs are learning from their mothers. The mother is the school, the university, and everything for the cubs. And when you bait a family of tigers, and obviously it is not a closed area, which means it is also accessible to other tigers. It is possible that several tigers in that area are slowly getting habituated, and because the tigress is hitting from a buffalo calf or whatever that was being tied, the cubs have grown, seeing that if after a few days, if they are hungry, they will have to go to a certain place and there'll be some food waiting for them. And that can create familiarization.
Senior officials sitting in Jaipur, they are not agree. They are saying that we should not shift tigers right now. We should wait, and we should use other methods to keep them in forest. So the struggle is going on, I think. Otherwise, the local staff agree with this fact that we should translocate or shift the tiger to somewhere.
This is the story of Kankati, the tigress who showed me the fragile line between protecting wildlife and provoking it. I first saw her near Jogi Mahal, this sleek, confident subadult with eyes that held no fear. Locals whispered her name like a warning, Kankati. She's Arrowhead's cub, my guide said. Raised on buffalo bait. Doesn't hunt, just waits. I didn't understand what that meant. Not yet. She padded behind our vehicle like a stray dog expecting food. No caution, no wildness. Just expectation. That's when I realized we'd broken something in her. April 16th. The temple was packed. I was filming devotees when a scream cut through the noise. A blur of orange, Kankati grabbing a boy. The horror wasn't just the attack. It was how ordinary she looked doing it. No snarl, no frenzy. Just efficiency. Later, at the forest office, officials argued. Shift her. No, control the crowds. I heard them passing the blame like a hot coal. 3 weeks later, Kankati killed again. Ranger Chaudhary, a man whose duty was to protect tigers, was killed in seconds by one. I spent nights digging through reports. The number screamed negligence, 114 live baits in 2 years. 9 tigers habituated. 6 cubs who'd never known a real hunt. We hadn't saved Arrowhead's legacy, we'd created monsters with stripes.
These issues are definitely a big problem, but what happened? Like this, you have to understand the local demography. The size of the park is huge. This is a long strip of forest. This is 170 kilometer long strip of the forest. Width is hardly 10 kilometer, average width. So this is 1700 square kilometer area comes under this tiger reserve. Many hundred villages are on the fringes of this park, many hundred. Almost 1 million people, 10 lakh people resides in these villages. Inside Tiger Reserve, there are 20,000 people lives inside the Tiger Reserve. So the human pressure you can understand. First thing. Second, the regular interaction, because this is a long strip. This is not a solid chunk of forest.
Right.
The periphery, like the Chile country, the country is so long, the border is so vast.
Yeah.
So since this is not a solid chunk of forest, this is a long strip, the interaction with the human beings is very high. And the pressure of human beings on this habitat is also very high. The incident happened 3-4 days back, where a tiger T86 killed by villagers, and T86 initially killed a man. The T86 was a prime age tiger but lost his territory because of other tigers' pressure. At present, there are so many tigers, male tigers in this park. The male-female ratio is skewed. There are many males in the park. In the last couple of years, we started practice to save every animals, to treat them in the wild. These are the wrong practices because we have to allow them to die.
When I asked about Kankati's fate, everyone kept whispering one name, Ustad. The legendary T-24. In 2015, he killed 4 people. The debate tore India apart. #Save Ustad trended for weeks. Ustad died in captivity. No roars, no territory fights. Just concrete. Now history's repeating, same excuses, same delays. The Forest Department even used the same firecracker deterrents that failed with Ustad. When I told them the parallels, they looked away. 2 tigers. 2 decades apart. Same tragic script, human oversight creates conflict, tigers pay the price. The only difference? This time, I'm holding the camera. This was the moment I realized how far she'd fallen. May 14, 2025. 8:32 a.m. Kankati, a Royal Bengal tigress, reduced to stealing poultry like a stray dog. That wasn't aggression in her stare. It was recognition. She knew we'd fed her family for years. Now here we were, trembling behind my lens, calling her a man-eater while her milk dried up. I mapped her route. 3 kilometers from the baiting site to this village. Not hunting. Shopping. Following the stench of garbage and desperation we created. Her whole life? A buffet served by humans. Then one day, the plate stopped coming. What was she supposed to do? Sub-adults her age should be practicing mock hunts. Stalking langurs. Failing. Trying again. Instead, she's pacing village alleys, smelling frying bread instead of deer musk. She doesn't understand permits, or protocols, or that the rules changed. All she knows is that for 1,000 days, humans meant food. Now we mean guns. My last sight of her was May 13th, as she sat on the edge of the forest, pausing to stare at me. Not a threat, a question. What now? The Forest Department still hesitates. But I know this isn't about saving Kankati anymore. It's about saving Ranthambore from ourselves.